Hello everyone. Today I am going to make something amazing in this 3D software called Blender. So without wasting my time, let us dive into this video.
And let me tell you, today we are going to make a 3D model of Lord Ganesha, and I will be showing the whole process of making the 3D model of Lord Ganesha. Not only we will be making the 3D model, but also we will be animating it. So without wasting much time, let us start the video. In order to have a quick start, I will be appending a 3D head which I had made earlier. So we will be start making the head of the Lord Ganesha from this particular head. First of all, I will be adding a multi-resolution modifier to this 3D head and giving a couple of subdivisions up to which my system can handle, and I know that my system can handle up to 4 subdivisions, so I will be giving 4 subdivisions to it. So later on we will be start sculpting to this head. Here I am using different types of tools for giving perfect shape of the trunk and achieving the detail that the amount we require in this 3D model. Now I am trying to make the nostrils of the trunk, which I think the most difficult and the tedious task of this head sculpting tutorial. So according to this 3D model, as the forehead area is little bit backward from the trunk, so here I am trying to leveling the forehead and the trunk by giving a proper enlarge and not bulging out in the forehead area. And now it is the time to make the ears of the Lord Ganesha, and I am trying my best to make the ears and to achieve little bit perfectness. You can also see that it looks a bit weird when I started making the ears, but by constantly applying the efforts, and finally I was able to achieve somewhat perfectness. And let me tell you, when you are trying to make any artistic design like a sketch or a portrait or any drawing or any design, while taking the reference from any pre-existing artifacts or anything, it can be close, but it cannot be perfect. It can be 99.99% close, but you cannot achieve the 100% perfectness, just like the pre-existing artifacts. It can be close. So your 3D model can be a close, but not a perfect one. Even it looks perfect, but it is not 100% perfect. It can be close. Here you can see it is not looking perfect right now, but by applying certain changes and giving proper details to the 3D model, it will look much better than this. So here you can see I am texturing the crown of Lord Ganesha and also applying a particle system for arranging the small gems, or you can say diamonds, around the crown. I have used two kinds of diamonds, one of different color, so as to get a different or somewhat attractive look of the crown. Retopology is the process of rearranging the vertices of a 3D model into a well-organized manner. Retopology generally involves covering the 3D model of which you have sculpted with the help of a plane, generally by excluding and filling the gaps of the plane so that it takes the shape of the 3D model, that too without losing the details. In Blender, there are several ways for doing retopology, but here I am using B-surface add-on and annotation tool. This process is a bit complicated and sometimes it becomes difficult to retopology. But this process helps you in getting the exact detail of the 3D sculptedness. On the other hand, there are other processes for doing retopology like remesh modifier, but by using that process, the details of your 3D model becomes very less. So I am using this B-surface add-on, which is the best, but it is a time consuming.
So guys, now you can see that I have made the rest of the body of the Lord Ganesha, and I have skipped that process of making the body so as to keep the video shorter and not to increase the length of the video, otherwise the video would have become very long. Secondly, you can also see that I have made the rest of the components like dhoti and crown and also jewelleries around the neck and even around the hand, and I have also made that jewellery. So in all the components which we think and we have seen Lord Ganesha. So I have skipped all this process of making so as to keep a video short and simple. So now it is the time to give color. In other words, you can say textures to this 3D model. So first of all, it is a time for UV unwrapping the 3D model and applying the textures like base color, bump map and etc. all the textures, technical terms of the textures associated with the 3D process. So one by one I will be showing all those process of texturing, the face, the rest of the body and all this process, and even the texturing of the clothes and also of the crown and jewellery. So keep on watching this video till the end. So here I am increasing the details of the 3D model. Here I am using an alpha texture for sculpting the thinner lining around the trunk of the Lord Ganesha and also throughout the head. I will be using this texture to give the minor details so as to make the 3D model up very realistic as I have promised earlier. This type of alpha texturing is a generalized way of increasing the reality of the 3D model throughout the 3D animation industry. So now I am texturing the head of Lord Ganesha, and this process is also a very generalized process for texturing a 3D model in this 3D industry. So this process involves a combination of 3 or more colors which works as an overlay, different colors around the different areas, like forehead has some kind of color which gives the realism, around cheeks some another kind of color, and chin around another kind of color. So this type of combination are used, and then default base skin color is applied over all these areas so as to get a proper skin texture. This is the most preferred way of texturing a 3D model by most of the artists, as it gives a very clean and good texture. So you can also work on little bit pores and around all the minute details of the skin. So this is the best process that I am using. There are also several other processes like node arrangement and a complex node setup, but that are very complicated and you cannot control all those nodes at the same time, as it would be very difficult for some another person working with you. Okay, so most of the artists prefer this way of texturing rather than using that complete node setup. Similarly, here I am texturing the hands and rest of the body of the Lord Ganesha, and here I am skipping, or you can say the fast forwarding this video, as it is a very similar process of texturing the head. So I am skipping, or you can say fast forwarding this video. So here you can see I am done with the texturing process, and now it's a time for animating it. So for that we have to make the bones arrangement. Making all the bones arrangement will be very difficult for this video purpose. So I am using this previous armature of the human body, and I will be applying it to the body of Lord Ganesha, and later on we will be animating it. Weight painting is the process of assigning weights to each bone around a particular area to which their effects are known. So the red color means the maximum effect, and blue colors means no effect of the bone. So here I am assigning the weight to each and every bone so that they influence the area of their own region only and not affect the other region of the body. Now it's a time for animating. The most curious and the most exciting part of this video is that animating, how we will be animating or how we will be moving a 3D character in this software. It's a really fun task. Now I have completed the process of animating and it's a time for rendering, and I would like to tell you that on my computer the processor is of Celeron and it takes almost about 55 minutes each frame. That would definitely make up to 1,20,010 minutes of the rendering of our whole animation, as our whole animation consists of 2182 frames. So if we multiply 2182 frames into 55, we would get 1,20,010 minutes. So that would make up to 2000 hours, which would definitely make up to 83 days. So in order to get out of this problem, I took the help of my friend Vats and Dhruva, and they helped me in rendering out this whole scene. So I am very thankful to my both of this friend. Last but not least, I will be releasing this particular animation here only on the YouTube on the New Year of the Vikram Samvat, that is the 2079th year of the Vikram Samvat. So you all are requested to watch that particular video, and in order to watch that video, you must have to subscribe this channel and press this bell icon to get the notification of that video. So till then, I am taking your leave and have a nice day and Jai Shri Ram.